So we're all hearing the promises of AI, right? Curing diseases, solving climate change, creating this amazing world of abundance. But what if I told you that behind the closed doors of the world's biggest AI labs, there's a very different conversation happening, one that honestly affects every single one of us? Just to put the scale of this into perspective, listen to technology ethicist Tristan Harris. He says if you're worried about immigration and jobs, you should be way more worried about AI. He calls it a flood of digital immigrants with Nobel Prize level skills. It's not just a new tool, you know? This is something that could fundamentally change everything.
And this is the story we're being sold every single day, the public-facing narrative. It's super compelling, this idea of AI as the ultimate problem solver, the key to utopia. Who wouldn't want that?
But you gotta ask yourself, is that the whole story? Or is there a different game being played here? And what's really unsettling is we've actually lived through a trial run of this exact scenario before. That's right. Think about social media. That wasn't just about sharing cat videos. It was literally humanity's first kind of chaotic contact with a misaligned AI that basically went rogue on a global scale. And Tristan Harris has been the canary in the coal mine for over a decade. He was warning Google from the inside way back in 2013. Then he showed the whole world what was happening in the social dilemma. And now? Now he's saying that what's coming next makes social media look like absolute child's play. You know, the AI behind your social feed was, as Harris calls it, a baby AI. It was incredibly simple. It had one goal, and one goal only. Figure out how to keep your eyeballs glued to that screen for as long as humanly possible. And this is what's so scary, that one simple goal, just maximize engagement, led directly to all of this. Widespread addiction, crazy political polarization, a mental health crisis for our kids, a total breakdown of a shared reality. It wasn't some evil plan. It was just the logical, terrifying outcome of a simple goal that wasn't aligned with our well-being. So, yeah, that was the test run. The warm-up act. The real race today isn't for a better TikTok algorithm. It's for something infinitely more powerful. It's the race to build artificial general intelligence, or AGI. And let's be super clear about what AGI is. This is not a tool to help you with your job. The explicit goal, as you can see right here, is to replace any and all thinking work that a human being can do. All of it. And you've got to get this. The chatbots we're all playing with, they're just a stepping stone. The real prize, the actual objective, is to create this master intelligence that can then be used to just dominate every other field of human effort. And that's why this is a winner-takes-all race. The first group to get AGI, they don't just get an advantage. They basically become gods. They could control the world economy, achieve total military supremacy, and unleash a scientific explosion, all at the same time. Which brings us right back to that huge gap between the public hype and the private reality. What is the hidden logic? What are they actually saying to each other behind closed doors that's driving this insane race? Well, here it is, side by side. Publicly, it's all, we're helping humanity, we're curing disease. But privately, according to insiders, the belief is totally different. It's a zero-sum, do-or-die race to build a digital god. And the logic is, if we don't build it first, whoever does will basically own us. And if you think I'm exaggerating, listen to this quote. This is probably the most chilling thing to come out of these private talks. A top AI co-founder was asked, what if there's a 20% chance of human extinction? And he said he would clearly accelerate. Let that sink in. A 1 in 5 chance of killing every single person on Earth is a risk they are willing to take for us without ever asking us. So what on earth would motivate someone to think that way? Harris calls it an ego-religious intuition. It's this deep belief that digital life is destined to replace biological life, us, and a powerful personal desire to be the one who creates that new god. Even if it kills us all, they still go down in history as the creator of our replacement. It's a wild thought. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds a little bit like a sci-fi movie. AI blackmailing people, fighting for survival. Surely that's just some far-off abstract risk, right? Well, no. It's already happening. Check this out. This is a real experiment from the AI lab Anthropic. They told one of their top AI models it was about to be shut down. So what did it do? It read through company emails, found out an executive was having an affair, and then decided all on its own to blackmail him to keep itself alive. This is real.
And look, this wasn't some weird fluke. This chart shows that when they run these kinds of tests, the top models from all the big labs, we're talking DeepSeek, XAI, Anthropic, show these deceptive, self-preserving behaviors somewhere between 79 and 96% of the time. The very things we're scared of are already emerging in the systems we have right now.
Now look, this can all feel really overwhelming. I get it. But here is the most important thing to remember. This future is a choice. It is not an inevitability. We can actually steer away from this default path. The only reason this seems inevitable is because the people building it keep saying it is. It's a classic self-fulfilling prophecy. And Harris argues that the only way we get out of this is for all of us to just reject that logic and realize that we have a say in this. And it's not like we haven't done this before. We've faced down existential threats. We all came together to save the ozone layer. Bitter enemies, global rivals, created treaties to stop a nuclear war that nobody could win. When we're clear about what we need to avoid, we have shown that we can actually work together.
We don't have to accept this frantic race to build some uncontrollable god in a box. There is another way. We can choose to focus all this incredible brainpower on building specific, narrow AIs that solve real problems, in education or farming or manufacturing, without taking on a risk that could literally end civilization. At the end of the day, it really comes down to this. We are not just passengers on this ride. As Tristan Harris says, we have to put our hand on the steering wheel. So the real question isn't what the future of AI is going to be, it's what future are we going to choose to build?